Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done some form of, or any form of cancer sort of update, because really I don't know where I'm at with it. You have to excuse if you hear any noises around, because as you can see, I'm sat in my garden, and as per the norm, I've been out here for a while. There's been no noises at all, no traffic going around, and now all of a sudden you're going to hear stuff around. You may hear a dull generator style noise in the background, and that is literally because right now our whole estate for the past week and a half we're actually getting our electrics from a big generator because the electrics are down. So there's got big holes dug in the friggin' sort of pathways and roadways around ours to see if they can locate where the hell the problem is. So our electrics at the minute is being run off a big fucking generator. So that's what you might be able to hear it in the background, is one of the other noises that you might be able to hear. But like I say, I honestly, I just don't even know where to begin with it, because it's like, I don't know where I stand with it. Am I classified as still having cancer? Am I not still classified as having cancer? The hospital won't say for definite. Yeah, just like they won't say for definite that I am not going to die from this thing. Because they can't, just in case something does happen and I did die from it, then my wife would sue them. So it's like, they can't even say that. The way they classify it is that because the governments give you a thingy of 3 years on this thingy, on like the sort of the money that they give you for supposedly being terminal, and after that it's a case of, if you're still alive, then how can they be classifying it as terminal? How terminal can you be if you're still here after 3 years, when really terminal means you shouldn't be lasting like 6 months to a year, so which is what they believed I wouldn't last, so the fact that I'm still here after 3 and a bit year is like sort of almost like a modern miracle type thing. So that therefore the hospital sort of can't justify saying I'm still classified as being terminal, yet they can't say I'm not terminal. They just said that there's less likelihood of us dying of this particular form of cancer than what was before. But there is still something there on the scans, and they won't know what it is unless they went in and biopsied it. But they don't want to do that. They want to leave well enough alone, because obviously the last thing they want to do is go in, take a biopsy, and find that they kick off the cancer coming back again, if it is still sort of a live cancer thing in amongst that stuff. They don't want to kick it back off and then have it be the fact that I end up bloody deteriorating fast because they have went in and think when right now I'm doing great, and that it's, I think we fine. When I'll get another test to see if it's grown at all, or whether it's still the same or whatever, I don't know. And possibly I might not. I do know that it'll not be that long before I'll literally not be seeing them very often at all. I think it's already now going down to, instead of once every sort of 3 months, I think it's now sort of going to be like once every 6 months or so that I'll see them, and then after another 2 year of that, I'll probably be down to seeing them maybe once a year, and that's only really if I want to carry on seeing them, just to think, which I probably will do, just to sort of let them see that, hey bugger it, I'm still here, I'm still kicking. You said I wouldn't be, yet look at us, I'm still here and I'm still kicking. The other aspect that maybe we can't go through is, obviously those that have watched me things knew that basically it started working for Amazon. Uh, Still, I'm sort of coming towards the end of me 6 month contract that I was given. Because I think I said in the video that I was going to get 12 weeks, and then I would sort of be thinking from there, well, I wasn't. It's been well beyond the 12 weeks, and I looked at me contracting, and it said, "Hi, you've got a 6 month contract." That is coming up now. That is coming up very quickly. So it's either going to be end of this month or the end of next month. I can't remember which it is. I know I started. It's 28th of February, I believe. So it's definitely coming up. So it shouldn't be that long before I'll find out whether I'll get an extension to my contract, whether I'll get maybe a full time contract, or whether I'll just be released from my contract and let go of. Um, I'm hoping I don't get released, because it's a nice enough job, it's canny in a way that Royal Mail placed a lot of pressure on you to get things done in certain times. If you're not, your PDA will come up with the fact is that you've been standing at a certain door for a certain period of time. You'll be holding the office to explain why you were there for a certain length of time. So, really, we used to be the backbone of a community. Yeah, and I used to be able to spend time talking with sort of some of the older generation people to make sure they were all right, make sure they had everything they needed, and that they didn't need nothing and shit like that. But now it's a case of you're not allowed to stand talking to anybody. You've got to get on with your job. You've got to be constantly on the move. So I'm glad I'm no longer with Royal Mail. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that, guys, but it's just a self-important prick on the fucking corner. He's got the loudest exhaust on his car. That's unbelievable, man. It's crazy. You can hear it in the house when you've got all the doors and windows and everything shut. You can still hear that thing out the top of everything else. It's mental. Well, never mind. Where was I? Yeah, I'm glad I'm no longer working with Royal Mail for that point, because it was just too much stress, and I don't like to be stressed anymore. I do need a certain amount of pressure in order to perform really well. And I can perform well under sort of pressure, but it has to be the right type of pressure. Like, give it a rest, dog. Get your toy if you want it. Tell Bruno's out with us here. But like I say, with Amazon, it's sort of they're quite laid back in most respects. Sort of, as long as you're doing your job, as long as you're getting on with things, as long as you're doing your best to try and get your targets, the targets that are set, then they're cool. They're cool with everything. I've seen people doing all sorts of shit that I was like, how the hell are you getting away with this? They'll go off and talk to people for 10 minutes or so, then come back and do a little bit of work, and then go off and talk to somebody else for another 5 minutes or so. I know they're cracking down on some of the stuff. There used to be a lot of people who would always be on their freaking phones, messaging away on their freaking phones when they're supposed to be doing their work, and I think they're starting to come down on that a little bit if they catch you, because you're not really supposed to have your phone with you at all. But while the COVID situation was going on, they had to, because obviously people were getting pinged now and again to sort of say, look, you're going to have to get in lockdown. I know right now, sort of this being, it's the 21st of July when I'm recording this, so it won't go for a bit of time anyway, but the 21st of July that I'm recording this, and we've got quite a few members of staff off with either COVID related symptoms, being told they have got COVID, or they've been in close contact with somebody with COVID, so they're having to be either 14 days or, as of now, it's the 10 days in basic confinement. So we've had a lot of staff things, but also thankfully we've had a sort of a decrease in the amount of stuff coming in for the time being, so it's worked out sort of okay for them at the minute. They sort of haven't been offering a lot of people a chance to take VTO, which is voluntary time off. Just 2 seconds, Ian, because there's another card literally just going to be pulling up. So like I say, they're giving people VTO, which is voluntary time off. There's a huge number of them who are taking it. So when it comes down to that side of it, it's a good job. They're nice enough people. I'm getting to know a lot of the people that work there now, and I get on well with quite a number of them. Those that have sort of learned to get past how I look, because obviously a lot of people can look at us, and I've had a couple of them say to us, you just look such an aggressive bugger, you look such you just don't like the type of person that's approachable. But when I've getting talking to you, I've found out you're just totally fucking different to how you look. You're just not at all anything like how you look. So those that have bothered to talk to us, I get on really great with, have a good laugh with them. Like I say, there's a few of them who've opened up with us and said, I was scared to talk to you at first. Just looked at it and went, you fucking baby, get off this fucker. I'm not like that. Okay, I'll be box worse than me bite. I'm a nice enough person. If you just bother to get to know us, it's one of those things. But I won't go out my way to get to know anybody. I won't go out my way to talk to anybody. They can walk past us, and if they didn't look at us, I'll let them take that and just get on with my job. You know, that's the way I am. That's why I'm hoping I'll get kept on, because it's a case of I'm one of these people that's unlike some of the others that are basically always on the phone, so they're always off target or always doing something else. I'm at me fitting and I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, depending on whichever job it is that I'm supposed to be doing that day. That's what I'm doing. You know, so if I'm doing the sort of the stowing, which is standing next to a sort of thingy where the robot brings the pods into place, and I've got to put the stuff into the pods. That's what I'm doing, and I'm doing that for the whole period of time that I'm there, bar me 2 sort of half-hour breaks. Yeah, and I'll do that for the full 10 hours, 10.5 hours, and that's it. You know, that's as simple as that. That's what I do. If somebody comes running a task with us, I'll have a quick 5-minute chat with them or a quick 2-minute chat with them, and then I'm back to doing my job. That's it. Bam. I'm not on my phone. My phone's there, but I'm not on my phone. I'm not doing anything with my phone. It's just there so I can see it in case there's any sort of emergency comes through and I need to have a look. But yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm not interested. I just get on with my thingy. The other side of it is I do another job which is basically called being an indirect or a spider. They call it. It's basically, like I think I've mentioned before, you have stuff that come down the conveyor belt from downstairs. It comes up the spiral across the conveyor belt and it'll feed some of the automatic stations, but it'll also come down to manual areas where the likes of myself, I would take them off the thingy, put them into what's called a U-boat, which is just a way of taking as many boxes as I can in one time somewhere else. So you might have a U-boat that'll hold 3 lots of 4, so it's like stacked 4 high, 3 depth, or you might have a 4 one, which will be sort of 4 depth, 4 high. Yeah, so it's, and you'll just basically take the stuff off, and then you'll take them to a station, or you'll put them to one side, ready for when a station is empty, to give them more work again. Or as they're getting empty, as they've emptied a U-boat out and they have just that particular work on the station, you'll take away the empty U-boat, push in a full U-boat of stuff, ready for them to keep on going. And obviously, as they're emptying the boxes that has all the stuff in, they'll put those empty boxes on the floor to one side, out of the way, and my job will be to go down, collect up these empty boxes, take them to another area, dump them off, where somebody else will come and collect them and take them somewhere else for them to go and do something else with them. Maybe it's the case of that they'll just be sent downstairs, or maybe they'll be sent to some sort of picker area where they pick stuff out, they put them back into a box in order for it to be taken somewhere else and dealt with somewhere else. So you can see what happens to it after I've basically picked them up and took them where I need to take them. It's done. And of course, doing that job is a lot tougher than what people think. You know, when you're first thinking and you're doing the stowing, and you look at these guys and all you can see is them just walking back and forwards, picking up empties, dropping you off gear, just walking back and forwards all the time doing this type of stuff, and you just think, God, their job must be so freaking simple. All they're doing is walking around, picking up empty freaking thingies, or bringing us a little bit of freaking work and taking some stuff off of a freaking line, and that's it. That's all they're doing, just doing that all day. God, it must be so freaking easy. Oh no. No. It's harder than stowing. You know, stowing is so much easier because you're stationary. You're barely moving outside of a 10-foot little area that you're in. You know, you might walk, doing the stowing, you might walk 7 or 8 miles in a day, which is quite a bit of mileage for being literally in a 10-foot area. But when you're doing the indirect work, I've seen me literally do 20 to 25 miles of walking in a day. In that 10-hour shift, I've done 25 miles. Now, you put 25 miles, you drive 25 miles, you'll see, and work out the distance-wise that is, and they think that's inside of a building. You know, that shows you how much I'm walking. You know, by the time I get that done, I am knackered. You know, I mean, you're doing that for 10 hours, and I'll do that lately I've been doing more indirect work than I've been doing stowing. I've been doing indirects pretty much 3 days a week out of the 4 that I'm there. So I'll get 1 day on stowing, 3 days I'll be doing indirect. By the time that last day is and I'm due to go on to my days off, I am knackered, guys. I'm absolutely wrecked. You know, my knees are shot and sore, my feet are starting to give us something, your lower back's in pain. But I didn't complain, I didn't think, yeah, just get on with it, get it done. That's the way I am, you know. I've got to teach you GIFD, just get it fucking done. That's what I do, you know. I'm hoping I get kept on and I can carry on doing it because I do enjoy the work. I do enjoy being there, you know. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm sort of getting to know some of the staff and getting to have a bit of a laugh with them, yeah, and that I'm not being pushed under loads of stress. I just do my job, get on with it. I'm always looking at what needs to be done. More so than a lot of the youngins tend not to have the foresight to literally, as they say, walking down the alley to pick up empties. They don't have the foresight to look and make sure has the guys got enough work there to keep them going, especially the automatics, because sometimes the automatics, they might not be fed, the belt might get locked up and jammed and they might not be getting fed any work. You have to be able to spot this stuff and get more gear and make sure they don't run out of work. And a lot of times some of the younger ones don't have the foresight to actually check that stuff and see what needs to be done. They don't have the foresight to like have a look and see, is there something jammed, is there some causing an issue here, has the stuff stopped coming down the actual thingies for us to offload it, you know, and what that reason will be. They don't have the thingy to look at, you know. Or if I'm feeding somebody something, is I'm looking to see, right, how many empties have they got, how long will it be before I'm going to have to go out and pick up those empties, you know. So and they just don't seem to have the intellect or the thingy there to just see this stuff as they're going. You know, you have like what's called reactives, and reactives are the stuff that come in and need to be sorted and stowed as quickly as possible, because it might be somebody's order that needs to go out that day. It might need to go out within things, so you'll have literally sort of a few hours in order to get that stuff out of the boxes into the pods, so that them pods can go around to where they'll be picked again, so the items will be picked back out and put in the thing. And I know it seems like a strange thing to do, but it's in order to maximise the thing of, like, they need to know that it's come into the building, they need to know it's gone into a pod, and then it's gone back out of the building, so that again it just keeps the revenue thingy and keeps that tally of what they've had coming in and what they've had going out up to date. And when reactives come in, you're not just talking about you'll get like 1 or 2 boxes of reactives. No, you get a lot of reactives, and there's 4 floors having these reactives coming in. You need to be able to keep an eye on where these reactives are, because if somebody basically goes home on VTO and they've still got reactives on their bench that they haven't done, you need to be able to spot that that's what's happened, that, you know, that haven't been done, because they still need to be done within that period of time, and somebody needs to be able to spot that, get them off, get them to somebody that is still there or isn't going to be going home early, to make sure that the items get done. So it's a lot of stuff, like I say, that the young ones just don't seem to have the thingy to be able to learn. And it's also because I don't mean to think on the young ones, but the younger generation doesn't seem to have the work ethic that my generation does. You know, you can look at most of them that are under the age of 30. Most of them are just, to me, lazy. You know, or they'll make up the simplest excuses. I mean, we've had a couple of new starters coming in. One of them was in his mid-20s, early 20s, and I think within the space of 5 hours, he goes, oh, bugger this, my legs are freaking killing us, I can't be doing this, like, I'm gone, yeah. And he buggered off, hasn't been back since. And it's like, are you kidding me, pal? You're in your 20s, you've literally done 4 hours of work on your feet, and you buggered off, yeah. Are you just Are you just a bunch of freaking fairies or what? You know what I mean? You can't be doing this crap, man. You know, how have you getting by in life? If that's how lazy you are, how the hell have you ever getting by in life? You know what I mean? You know, I'm working. Literally, I'm 50 years of age. I'm literally on my feet for almost 10.5 hours by me 2 little breaks that I have. You know, and I'm walking potentially 25 mile a day over that period of frigging time. Yeah, I didn't complain. I didn't whinge. I didn't moan. I just get on with it and get it done. You know what I mean? It just I can't fathom them out all the time. I really can't. It's like they just don't seem to have that thing. There's a few of them do. There's a few of them I've started, and they've been brought up with the older generation work ethics. Their fathers have been sort of tough with them and went, yeah, no, you fucking work, you work hard. That's what you're paid for. So you do it. You go out there and do it, and that's the way it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to work freaking hard. You want some money? Work for the fucking thing. Yeah, earn your bastard pay. And be a lazy twat. Yeah, earn your bloody pay. Yeah, and that's what I do. And I've just got to hope that what I've done is enough to prove to them that I'm good enough. Because you've got to remember, sometimes this thing you can go off how good you are or how productive you can be, whereas you can't tell how productive somebody is when they're doing the indirect, because literally all we're doing is walking up and down, giving people work, taking the empties away from them, and stuff like that, you know. So it is a case of that. There's a humans running a run. Set me dog off. God damn, it's fun around here. So it's like a case of you can't see how productive somebody is when they're not, because they don't have, or they didn't have, they'd stopped having gaffer's input on it. Otherwise, the gaffer's input would be like, hey, look, this guy works his bollocks off, he's never stops, he's always up and doing a thing, he's just never stopping, he's always thinking, he's always bringing stuff to our attention if there's something that needs to be sorted out. You know, he's always letting me know what we need to, what he feels needs to be sorted out and thingy, you know, so it'll be okay. But we still rate might not be as good as a lot of the other people that are doing it all the time. So I may potentially sort of not be kept on because my stow rate isn't as good and I'm not as productive in that side of things. Hopefully that's not the case, because again, like I say, when I'm doing the stowing, I'm there all the time, I'm grafting me bollocks off, I'm putting everything I can into doing it and getting stuff in there as per is my thing. That's the way I work. So hopefully I shouldn't have any problems up, but who's to say? Hopefully I'll find out pretty soon and I'll be able to do like maybe a quick update on that side of things. For the mental side of things, it's a case of what can I say? What can I do? I don't know where I'm at. I technically don't know where I'm at. I'm still going to the gym. I'm working out. Sometimes I might only get there 3 days a week, because obviously I work a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Monday. So sometimes I might get there on a Friday because it's starting my first shift, but a lot of times I don't because I'm just knackered after doing my first shift. Saturday and Sunday the gym's closed by freaking dinner time, so it's like me I'm going to get to it because I didn't get finished work at 6:30. I didn't get basically back to our side of things till nearly 7 o'clock at night. Monday, that's the finish of my last shift. Can you really imagine us being thing enough to be able to go into the gym after just finishing my last shift of walking 25 mile? It's very rare I can get there on a Monday as well. So I'm literally at the minute almost getting to the gym just 3 days a week. You know, that's hard for me compared to, in fact, I used to do literally 6 days of weight training, 1 day of basically cardio. You know, now I'm getting there, if I'm lucky, 3 days a week to work out. You know, my heart's not in it the way it used to be. I don't know why. I'm almost feeling like I'm going through the motions. I'll get there and I'll do a decent workout. It's not like I'm piss farting about when I'm there, you know, like some of the freaking other guys can do. Nah, I'm still working out and I'm still working fairly hard, but just my heart's not there like it used to be. It's like I could honestly, if I could make up an excuse to not go, which I suppose I could find one, but I still just can't. But it's like a case of finding an excuse not to go, I wouldn't go. It's as simple as that, because I'm just not as interested as I used to be in it. It's hard. I need the time to recuperate. My body needs the time to recuperate, you know what I mean? But I still can't not thinking myself and go to the gym. And I'm hoping you're hearing this now, because right now, all of a sudden, traffic just seems to be on our street, just gang crappers. It's always the case when I'm trying to make a video. I don't want to pipe on too much longer, because it's already 25 minutes and I know most people won't watch long videos. But I am just trying to give you like an update, and I don't know how often these will happen, because I don't think really people care so much anymore now, because beforehand you had something to think about, and you're going, well, yeah, let's see what happens as he starts to deteriorate, as he starts to get worse, let's see how it affects him, let's how he gains. Now that's probably not going to happen on this side of things, then it's like a lot of people will just disappear and stop watching, you know, they'll not be as interested, because it's like, well, he's just trying to live his life now, he's just trying to think what he's doing next, and fucking boring. You know what I mean? We're not watching them freaking die, and we're not watching them go through a freaking the thingy of it all, the mental side of it all. It's waste of time now. I quite understand that. That's fair enough. Yeah, that's what they were here for, and it's not happening anymore. Well, it's fair enough. That's why the videos on that side of it will probably decrease to maybe once every now and again. Is a thing you just to sort of say, hey, look, I'm still here, I'm still going. You know, those that watch me other style of videos will know I'm still here, because I'm still reviewing freaking figures and that. So, but it is a case of, you know, that there will be the odd few that will still want to know, like, how am I coping with it all, how am I coping with working again, you know, because it is tough. I'm not gonna lie and say it's easy. It's not. It's tough. It's tough on me freaking joints. It's tough on me head. You know, it is trying to go to bed at a reasonable time to be able to get up early in the morning to go back to work again. That's tough. You know, I still don't sleep great. I probably do sleep slightly better now on my days that I am working, because I come home and I'm wrecked, you know, and then I'm wanting to go to sleep. I'm keeping myself awake for as long as I can till it's like, you know, I mean, I'll try and get to bed at about 10:30 at night, and hopefully I'll sleep. But there's obviously times, especially right now, because you can see, you know, behind you, it's a nice sunny day and it's hot. And when you go into bed and it's hot, it doesn't make it easy going to sleep. You know, we've got at this present moment in time, we'll have a fan on in the night time to try and cool it down, and that thing isn't exactly quiet, so that sort of keeps us awake for quite a bit of time when I'm hearing that thing going off, and then they've got the dog jumping on and off the bed trying to get comfortable. When you've got a 30-kilo dog jumping on and off your bed, it tends to wake you up. You know, it tends to be, especially as he's trying to nudge his way between you to lie down and get comfortable, and then he gets back up again because he gets too bloody hot, walks to the bottom of the bed and circles the bottom of the bed, plonks himself down, which shakes the whole freaking bed. Yeah, it is just crazy, guys. It is crazy, but you know, we'll get there. We'll do what we do, and we'll get on with life. That's all we can do. You know, we'll just carry on, get on with life as best we can, and just live as best we can. You know, what more can I say? What more can I say? What more can I offer the thingy of the life? Because that's it now for me. You know, I'm going to be working. I'm going to have a few days off. I'm still training because I need in order for me head to be thingy. And that's the way it is now. It's hopefully the cancer side of things won't come back, won't give us any issues. You know, obviously I still have massive headaches. That's part and parcel of my life. That's what I'm getting used to. I have headaches every day, but I'm getting used to them. Just like I have the aches and pains in my body every day. I've had to buy like a little sort of strap, a patella strap that goes around my knee, because my knee starts to hurt a little bit when I'm walking. It feels like it's gonna sometimes it feels like it's gonna collapse in on itself. I wear the patella strap, and it's great. It feels fine. I get through the day, no problem at all. that's the life I lead now, you know. So anyway, guys, it's been half an hour. I don't know how many of you will want to literally sit through half an hour of me just jabbering on about shite. But those of you that have, I thank you very much. It really is appreciated. I give it a rest, but Bruno, I really do appreciate it. I will catch us in the next one. Yes, the bearded nerdy wolf. I love you guys.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say that? I mean,